From here, we're going to talk about how to edit once we have it. So the first thing you can do is you can make cuts. And the idea here is that you can cut out sections that aren't relevant. The easiest way to, and the way this works is not necessarily as intuitive as you would always think, so I want to make sure we hit it really quickly. So let's say, for example, that I want to cut a section. Well, what I want you to notice is this is playing, we're going to see this beginning portion. But let's say I don't really want this beginning portion. Well, what I can do is grab this and I just simply move to where I want. So now this is my starting point. That portion that was before it is no longer going to play in the final portion. Only the blue portion is going to play. So you've moved it out. Now that's great for the beginning or the end, but what happens if you need something in the middle cut? Well, let's say I'm going to go down here and I want to cut out this little cartoon section of the opening. So what I can do is I get to the end of that. So let's go right here and I make a cut. Now I have two sections, each of the beginning and an end. Well, now if I go and I find where that section starts, I can drag over here and you should no longer see it. So if I hit play,
Renaissance happened a lot later than the European Renaissance, also on a different continent, and there was much less plague and much more jazz. Okay, so one journalist...
And notice that it just jumped for us. So that's how you deal with cuts. Now another thing you can do is you can do a voiceover. So you can place somewhere in here like a voiceover if there's a section where you're like, I want to explain who this is or what this is or any part that maybe was omitted but I feel is important. So what you would do is you would start recording here, and now what's going to happen is it's recording my voice as we go along, and you can see the little red line is saying that my voice is being recorded. So I stop recording here, and then it's a 7-second thing starting at 27 seconds. So what happens now is if I come back to 27 seconds,
Renaissance happened a lot.
and now what's going to happen is it's recording my voice as we go along, and you can see the little red line is saying that my voice is being recorded. And that's all there is there. And I can just go ahead and it'll give me little clips if I do more than one, and I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this one for now. And the last thing I can do is I can add questions or notes. So I'll show you how this works as far as question goes. I'm going to do it relatively early. I'm going to do an open-ended question, and it's going to, here is my question. And an open-ended question just simply means they can put whatever they want. So I save that. Now here's the thing that happens. Once a student gets here, if they don't answer the question, they cannot go forward. They are stuck here until otherwise. With an open-ended question, whatever they put is going to be okay, because there's really not a way to have an answer key. But if I just scrub a little forward and I continue with a different question, so let me move, sorry, I moved the questions. I move this over here, and now I want to put in a multiple choice question. Now here what I've done is if I hit green or red, this will tell if it's the correct question or the incorrect question. They cannot go forward until they've actually answered the question correctly, and it will allow them to scrub back earlier, but they can't move forward. So they have to watch it over and over again until they get it right. They can. Once I save this, it'll also, because it's checkmark, auto grade for me. Now the last thing you can do is if we move forward, you can add a note. So this is my note. And I save that. And you can also do an audio note too, but we're not going to do that for right now. So when we get to this portion, so we'll back up a little bit, and we catch up in real time.
But other writers, including
the video stops and a note shows up, and they can they have to continue on from here. So once you're done with all of that, it's all saved automatically, but I can just finish, and now I have my version of this with all of this stuff in here, and all I have to do is assign it, and we'll do that in the next video. Hope that helped.